Rabindranath Tagore is a Bengali poet, writer, playwright, composer, painter, philosopher, and social reformer. In 1913, he became the first Asian to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. One of the most important contributions he has made to Bengali literature is the exploration of women's psychology and the criticism of the patriarchal society. Numerous scholars state that the image of many female characters in his literature was beyond his time, and for this reason, Tagore was celebrated as a feminist. Tagore applied a realistic approach to depicting his female characters. His dissatisfaction with the patriarchal oppression imposed upon women was very clear in his writing. Among many female characters Tagore created, this video will look at one of the most progressive modern women, Sohini, in the short story Laboratory. Sohini is not forced to accept a marriage that is arranged for her. Instead, she chooses her own man to be wed. Nanda Kishore has a laboratory in Calcutta and a passion for scientific research. When he meets Sohini, he is attracted to her intelligence. He describes, "The spirit of her character comes shining from inside her. It is clear that she knows her worth." Tagore introduced the concept of friendship between husband and wife in the story. After marriage, Sohini also participates in Nanda Kishore's scientific research activities. The partners show respect to each other in both professional and personal life. One day when Nanda Kishore performs an experiment in the laboratory, an accident happens, taking his life away. At that time, becoming a widow was a curse in the society. The death of the husband leads to the closure of the laboratory. But Sohini wins back the laboratory legally using her wisdom. She confesses, "How else have women survived through the ages? Feminine wives need clever planning, just like the roles of the battle. But of course one needs to top it up with some honey as well. That is a woman's natural fighting style." As Sohini participates in the legal battles beyond the ordinary households as a widow, she aspires beyond the patriarchal restrictions. In memory of her husband, Sohini continues to spend money for the development of scientific research among youth. Sohini rejects all of the superstitions that binds up the women. She is so empathetic with the animals that she determines to build a hospital for the dogs and rabbits in the lab. When her grandmother is sick, she leaves behind the laboratory and rushes to look after her. In regards to her daughter, Neela's birth identity, she reveals in public that Neela is not Nanda Kishore's daughter, so she cannot inherit his property. Even though it is a disgrace for a mother to have an illegitimate child, she decides to admit her sin. Sohini embodies many characteristics including tenderness, passion, intelligence, independence, and self-assuredness. In Laboratory, Tagore depicts a new woman for whom there is no more patriarchal oppression. Through the female characters like Sohini, Tagore appeals that women should be free from patriarchy and regain individuality. Although the image of an ideal woman represented by Sohini was far ahead of her time, the feminist ideas will be transmitted into the minds and hearts of the readers and remain there for a long time.